is officially day one of waking up at 5 AM and surprisingly I'm actually feeling okay at the moment. I think if I'm going to get tired from doing this, it's going to hit me later on in the week, although I did think that this time of day would be kind of the worst for tiredness. It is currently almost 2 o'clock, so I've been up for 9 hours. Oh my goodness, it doesn't feel like I've been awake for 9 hours. I don't feel like I've done enough stuff to fill 9 hours of time, but I did have a very productive morning. I went for a run, I managed to read some of my book, I wrote a to-do list first thing of what I wanted to complete during that extra time that I was awake this morning, and I managed to get most of that done. I washed up, I put a load of washing on, I went to the supermarket literally as it opened just to get a few final bits before they might close potentially. I don't know, I guess we'll see. So I definitely made the most of the time this morning, and as of now I'm feeling good about it. The only thing that I was disappointed about was the fact that I didn't see a good sunrise. It was literally so cloudy and so foggy. When I went for a run, the beach was like, you couldn't really see where the sea started and the sky. Like, it was just fog and mist and a little bit miserable. So I better see a good sunrise at some point this week to make it worth it. But yeah, that's kind of my day one update. I'm feeling okay at the moment. I have had maybe a little bit more caffeine than I would normally. I've had like an extra cup of tea, so nothing mental, but feeling okay. Fingers crossed this is how it stays for the rest of the week. It is currently way too early to be having breakfast, but I feel sick and I can't work out if I feel sick because I'm awake super early and my body just isn't used to it, or if I'm hungry. So I'm going to give some breakfast a go and see if that helps. It is now almost 7 o'clock and this morning I have done nothing other than go on my phone and have breakfast. So definitely not the most productive use of my time. I am really regretting not just going to sleep for a couple more hours because, I mean, I've not done anything beneficial in that time that I could have been sleeping, and I'm just not feeling too great this morning. I had a really bad night's sleep last night. I kept waking up and having to take painkillers and things, so I'm just not feeling fab this morning. I'm also still feeling sick, which I have no idea what that's about. I almost feel like travel sick when I've obviously not been traveling anywhere. So yeah, feeling tired, feeling not too great. I am going to try and get up now and write my to-do list for the morning and hopefully tick some things off of that. I want to make some use of the extra time I've gained before I have to start work at 9, and I'm not planning on going for a run or leaving my flat or anything this morning, so that means I have a little bit of extra time to use. But yeah, I guess we will see what I get done. It has now been a couple of days since I last vlogged for this video. I originally set out to get up at 5 AM every single day for 7 days. That was kind of my plan originally, but it got to the weekend and I just didn't think it made much sense to get up at 5 AM on the weekend because I don't have a lot of stuff to do. It's not like I'm working, so I have to fit kind of the other things I want to do that day around work. I also feel like the weekends are designed to relax a little bit, so I kind of wanted more time to chill. And I feel like the whole point of this video is for me to get a good productive routine, but that routine is only kind of for the weekdays. I feel like I'm not trying to implement a productive routine over my weekends. Like I said, I feel like it's just time to chill. So that was kind of my logic behind not getting up at 5 AM over the weekend. So it's currently Sunday and I got up at a normal time yesterday and today. I am going to continue getting up at 5 AM for the rest of next week. Well, I'm going to get up at 5 AM for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday because I started this video on Thursday last week. So I will have done 5 days getting up at 5 AM, which I don't think is too bad. But I did want to kind of just explain that and give some context because I do feel like I failed a little bit, but also the reasoning behind doing it makes logical sense in my head, so I don't feel that bad. So the plan is to continue tomorrow. I'm going to get up at 5 AM. It will be Monday. It's currently 6:30, so my plan is to get an early night this evening and then I will see you guys at 5 AM. Not gonna lie, today has been tough. It is now like 10 o'clock I think, so I should have been in bed like 2 hours ago. But here I am, still not ready, still awake. I have been distracted doing Sudokus because my life is wild. We have officially gone into lockdown this evening in the UK, so that's a little bit crazy. But yeah, I'm feeling really tired today. I didn't sleep well last night. I didn't go to bed early enough. That is what I'm learning doing this challenge, is I have to go to bed early, otherwise the mornings are just painful. Also, if I snooze my alarm at all, then it makes the day so much harder. If I just get up at 5 AM, then I feel fine, like I did that the first day and I felt absolutely fine. This morning I stayed in bed for much longer than I should have, so I then felt really tired. My camera just ran out of charge, so I have no idea what I was saying, but basically I'm tired. I didn't go to bed early enough yesterday and I'm not going to bed early enough today, so I'm going to be tired again tomorrow. But I'm going to make sure I actually get up and out of bed at 5 AM because that is the real issue. I feel like that is actually what makes me tired, as opposed to like the lack of sleep. So that's the plan. Definitely gonna have a tired morning tomorrow, but hopefully it'll be a productive one. Gonna put that out into the atmosphere now that I want a productive morning tomorrow, even if I am absolutely knackered. I guess we will see, but fingers crossed. The next clip is me being super productive tomorrow at 5 AM. Good morning. I didn't film myself waking up this morning because my camera was charging, but it is now 6:15 almost and I am up. I spent the first hour of my day this morning reading, or to be honest, I spent the first 25 minutes probably scrolling social media on my phone, which I know is not the best start to a day, but after that I have just been reading and now I'm up and I want to do some exercise. My original plan was to go for a run because I really enjoyed doing that last week and it's nice to get fresh air and just get outside a little bit. But after they announced the lockdown yesterday, I'm a little bit nervous to go outside, which seems really silly because we are allowed to go outside to exercise. And obviously I'd be following all the rules anyway. I'm going by myself and I'm not really going to be hanging out with anyone. But it has just put me off a little bit. So I think I'm going to do something inside instead this morning. I'm thinking maybe just a little bit of yoga or something along those lines. Yoga is not something I've really done. I've probably followed a couple of videos once or twice. One of my friends is really into it, so I've done a little bit with her, but it's not really like my thing. I'm feeling really achy this morning and I feel like my body could do with a good stretch. So I think that's what I'm going to do now. And then I'm going to get some breakfast because I'm already starting to get hungry. That is something else I'm noticing getting up earlier, is that I get so much more hungry. I feel like I have to have 2 breakfasts. Like I have one fairly soon after I wake up and then I have to have another one at like 9-10 o'clock because I just get really hungry again. But that is my plan for this morning, and then once I'm done with that I can shower and get ready and crack on with some other things from my to-do list. Definitely think not snoozing my alarm is the key to this whole early morning thing because I'm feeling so much better this morning. I had a super productive morning and ticked off everything from my to-do list. Feeling good. It's now like 5 to 9. I'm sat at my desk about to start work. Got myself a coffee. But yeah, feeling way better this morning than I did yesterday and Friday. So I think that's what I'm going to have to definitely try and do. Not snooze my alarm and actually get up at 5 AM because then I feel fine. Once again, I am not in bed early enough this evening. I've been watching Lizzie McGuire on Disney Plus, which I feel like is going to become my life a little bit over the next few months. But yeah, my alarm is all set for 5. I probably should have been in bed a couple of hours ago, but I'm not. So I'm going to try and sleep as soon as possible and I will see you guys in the morning. Okay, so I've actually tried to film this clip a few times now and I am literally so rambly, so this is just a heads up before I say anything that I might just be chatting rubbish for the next few minutes. But basically it has been a long while since I last filmed the clip you would have seen. It's been a long while since I finished the challenge, I guess. I think it's been over a month maybe. So I just kind of wanted to check in and kind of debrief on the whole situation and the whole challenge and how I found it. Obviously, I only filmed one clip, I think, on the last day, which was just my phone at 5 AM. Didn't film anything for the rest of the day and have literally not said anything else about the challenge since. So to give kind of like a brief overview of that last day, I think I just had a bit of a crap day, to be honest, and that's why I didn't want to film. Not anything to do with the challenge itself, it just wasn't like a great day. So that's why the only clip I got was of my phone. But I think kind of like the overall consensus of the week was that waking up at 5 AM doesn't really affect my tiredness too much. I was still kind of able to do all of the things that I would normally do in a day. I feel like going to bed later has more of an impact on my tiredness than waking up early. I think if I wake up and actually get up when the alarm goes off, I am fine. I think the times, or I don't know how many times it happened throughout the week, but when I kind of woke up at my alarm and then kind of dozed in bed and didn't get up straight away, like those mornings were a struggle. But the mornings that I literally got up, got ready, cracked on with things, were absolutely fine, and I didn't feel like it affected me at all. I think the main thing I've taken away from this whole experience, I guess, is that I did not choose a good week to do it in, maybe, necessarily. I mean, I feel like it was a bit of a fail, if I'm completely honest, and I would love to try this again at another point. Obviously, a lot of things are going on in the world right now, and when this was filmed, it was very much at like the beginning of things, I guess. So everything was changing constantly, like things with work were very up in the air. It was just kind of a very stressful week, and I feel like forcing myself to get up at 5 AM on top of that maybe wasn't the best idea, potentially. So I think that is like one of the main things I've taken away from this, is that probably not the best choice of week to do it in. I think also, like, at all during this time, it wouldn't be as beneficial as it would be if I did it during like a normal week when I was working in the office and things like that, and everything wasn't kind of constrained to being at home. Because I think I would definitely benefit a lot more from the extra time gained in the morning when, say, I have like a job to get ready for and things like that, and just having those extra couple of hours that I wouldn't normally have, like I would find lots of things to fill them with. Whereas I think while I was doing this challenge, like working at home, living at home, not leaving the house to really do much, that like I don't need an extra 2 or 3 hours in the morning to like fill before I start work, because you know, I'm at home anyway. Like all of the things that I feel like I would do if I was working in my office still, I do anyway because I have the time, because I've gained extra time from working from home, if that makes any sense. So I feel like I'd like to give this challenge a go again, but when things hopefully return to normal, hopefully in a few months' time. I think that way I would have like a much fairer opinion on the whole thing. I mean, I don't think it was awful. I don't think there's a need for me to get up at 5 AM, but if I got into a routine where, say, I got up at like 6:30 and fit in a few kind of more positive habits, I'd love to read more. And the 1 or 2 times, I can't remember now, that I went for a run that week, like that was great. So like those aspects, if I kind of implemented them into my morning routine but didn't have to get up quite so early, I feel like that would be the best balance for me, and that would be what would work best. But that's again gonna have to be something I try out, because I don't know until I test it. But I think in my head, if I got up at say 6:30, I could still do all of the same productive things I managed on a few of those days that I was productive, but I'd also get an extra 1.5 hours of sleep. So I don't know, those are my thoughts. Main thing, weird week to do it in. So I will test it again at another point, because I do feel like a little bit of a fail. Let me know what time you guys get up in the morning and what your sort of like morning routine is. That is definitely something I'm still working on during this time. I need to get a much more productive morning routine. I think with everything that's going on, it's stressful, and yeah, trying to be productive in the morning is not always like at the forefront of my mind. So if you guys have any good tips for that, let me know. But otherwise, that has been this video of me trying to get up at 5 AM every day. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know if there's any other challenges you'd like to see me do, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.